Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Copper Dot Productions. In this week's video, the time has finally come to drop the engine in the R32. Now, I'm not going to lie, we have a lot of work to do, so we're going to jump straight into it and start putting this baby together. Let's get it. So a few things to get you up to speed with where the 32 is currently at. So obviously the engine bay is all good, wiring harness, all that sort of stuff is in and out of the way-ish. None of that I didn't want to put into a video because when I did the build on Alyssa's 33, it's kind of the most boring part of the build. So I skipped that for the video's sake. Here we are with the engine, gearbox. Now the clutch we're going to be using, rebranded EX-SEXSPEC clutch, so made in the same place but different colour, so cheaper, but still went a good one for drifting because obviously that's the whole purpose of this car. Now, I was going to put it in the video. The reason I decided not to is because it's like 15, 16 bolts, and it's not very interesting to watch. Also, I was incredibly impatient and I had to sit and look at this thing for 2 days while I waited for the engine mounts to rock up, and I was scratching to do something, so I did, and that was it. The only thing I did do on the engine that was off camera was the oil return for the turbo. So it was already bunged and plugged and all that sort of stuff, but I put the hose on there and that was like a 5-minute job. Literally, probably less, like a 2-minute job, honestly. Standard Nissan engine mounts, they're going to be super plain and durable and whatever. You know, it's better than putting the old ones back in it, but it's probably not as good as putting solid ones in, but I don't really want to put solid ones in yet. I don't know if that's something that I will ever do or ever need to do. Honestly, I'm just not educated on that part enough to make that decision. So I'm going to leave them with stock ones for the time being. The only other thing we have to do before putting the engine in the car is mount the gearbox to the engine. Now, on Alyssa's R33, we did do them separately. That was because we had a hoist and numerous people. I don't feel like putting the engine in and then crawling underneath the car on the dirty cold concrete to try and fit a gearbox in. So we're going to do it in one go. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it sure beats putting the gearbox in underneath. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to chuck the engine and the gearbox together and get them ready to go in. Alrighty, so I'm thinking the easiest way to do this is going to be to leave the engine where it is, bring the gearbox over, maybe use the clutch box and get it up there and just get the main 4 bolts in. And then I can lift the engine up with the gearbox and fuck around with everything else. There they are. Wow, okay. That was somehow a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Alrighty, after some trial and error, I managed to get the right bolts to the right places, and had to source an extra bolt for one of the ones that I was missing the bolt for, so yeah. I'm going to leave that one because I feel like if I keep going it's going to start getting loose, and I really don't want that to happen. So that one can stay like that. That's already at 40 or something like that. You know what, same with that one. Fuck torque settings, they're both tight. With that being said, the gearbox is now on and she's ready to go in. Alrighty, R32 is ready for the engine to be dropped in. Engine's all good. This time we did take the shifter off because on Alyssa's R33 we didn't, and that was a shit fest. Yeah, better wheel her up and start getting her ready to go in. See if that's high enough. What do you think? Height-wise, I think we're just about
bit higher.
Yeah, a bit higher.
Because this will go downhill and everything will kind of get lower, and then the box is a lower point. Okay, there we go.
Alright.
You got the engine?
Yeah. Stop there. Again. Keep going, keep going, keep going. More. Alrighty. Perfect. Good? Yep. So don't make it go any more, but keep it at that level. Oh no, like keep it going down, but...
Yeah, that's all good.
So we were halfway through putting the engine in, we got about 3/4 done, and then I was like, as I was running around to the other side of the car to do something, I looked at the screen of the camera and it wasn't fucking recording. SD card full, but thankfully we stocked just in time to get the last half of the engine. So it's like 80% in, it's just a matter of lining up the bolts now, and we're just taking a quick break because I had to swap SD card and battery so that you guys can actually see me put the rest of the engine in, because I really don't want to stop halfway through and have to explain at the end of the video why I've lost so much data and so much footage again. So we'll jump straight back into it because I don't really like the engine just hanging here doing nothing. Yeah, super close.
So the top of the bell housing is pretty damn close,
yeah.
if not contacting.
Alright, we'll drop down more here. Just keep an eye on that side, so if you can see anything that's going to contact, specifically this part up here, I know is a common spot for it to touch. Is anything touching there?
No, it's all good at the moment.
Okay,
Is
sick.
that a master cylinder?
Yeah. It's in a fucking
It looks like dog shit.
I know. It just needs to go back, like literally like that much, and this bolt will be in place.
Does that help?
Do it again. Oh, yep, it's in place.
Yep, there, perfect. Yeah.
Yep, perfect. All it has to do is go down. Alrighty, you want to loosen her up?
Okay. I can't see over there, so tell me.
You're right. Loosen.
Good.
Yep, good. Keep going.
In?
She's in.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Sick.
Cool.
That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. You remember how those things were contacting it when we went down? Yeah. Now they're contacting it. How? I guess we can just force it. Well, whatever. The point I wanted to make is the engine is now in and held in by itself. Hooray. Now I'll get to it and start working on other parts and trying to find gremlins so that I can get rid of gremlins. Yay. Hey, what's up guys? Ian from the future here again, coming back to close out a video that I didn't shoot an outro for good reason though. Essentially what happened after the clips that you just saw, where we just got the engine in, we sort of stopped, continued on the next day, picked up the cameras, continued filming, and had the intention of putting all of that footage into one video, into this video that you're watching now, or that you just watched. Unfortunately, the reason I'm not able to do that is because we didn't get the engine or the car to the point where I wanted to be able to include that, so I'm going to be leaving it for the next week's video essentially. So all we really did was go along and start doing all the wiring and that sort of stuff. We ran into a big issue early on that is now resolved, but was a pain in the ass, and it wasn't really, it wasn't really worth putting in the video. So I'm going to be leaving it out until next week's video, where it'll just be doing all the wiring and hopefully for this first time turning the car over and hearing it start, which will be awesome. I'm super keen. Like I said, I did want this all in one clip, but unfortunately it just didn't work out that way. So yeah. Anyway guys, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below and a comment, or leave a comment down below and a like. And if you haven't done already, subscribe, because I don't have any reason to subscribe, because you want to. If you want to. If you don't, you don't have to. Yeah. Regardless, I'll catch you next week's video where we're doing the wiring, and hopefully, again, fingers crossed, hopefully we're starting the car for the first time. So, yeah. Cheers for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Why the fuck did I say peace out? I never say peace out at the end of the video. Fuck's sake. This is your fault.
He thought it was a sax and you're like, peace out.
No, what?
It's fine.
I'm going to leave that whole thing in there. Yep, that's the outro. Done.